a mender of bad souls.
Thou art a cobbler, art thou?
Truly, sir, all that I live by is the all. I am indeed, sir, a surgeon to old shoes, and when they're in great danger, I recover them.
But wherefore are not at thy shop today? Why do these men about this street?
Truly, sir, to wear out their shoes, to get myself into more work. But indeed, sir, we make a holiday to see Caesar, and to rejoice in his triumph. Hail, Caesar!
Hail, Caesar! Hail, Caesar!
Wherefore rejoice? What conquest brings he home? What tributaries follow him to Rome, to grace in captive bonds his chariot wheels? You blocks, you stones, you worse than senseless things. Oh, you hard-hearted fool men of Rome. Do you not Pompey? Many enough have you climbed up to walls and battlements, your infants in your arms, and there have sat the livelong day with patient expectation to see great Pompey pass in these streets. And when you saw his chariot but appear, had you not made a universal shout that Tiber trembled beneath her banks, to hear the replication no more sounds made in her concave shores?
And do you now call your best attire? And do you now strew flowers and play because in transport Pompey's blood? Be gone! Run to your houses, fall upon your knees, and pray to the gods to intermit the plague that needs must write on this ingratitude.
Go, go, good countrymen, and for this fault assemble all the poor men of your sort. Draw them to the Tiber, and weave your tears into the channel.
See, they finished tongue ten, their guiltiness. Going down that way towards the capital, this way will I. Disrobe the images which we do find on decorative ceremonies.
When we do so, let no images be hung with Caesar's trophies. All about to drive this vulgar from the streets. So do you too. These growing feathers plucked from Caesar's wing will make him fly an ordinary pitch. Who else would soar above the view of men and keep us all in servile fearfulness?
Caesar, my lord.
Forget not in your speed, Antonius, to honor Caesar.
I shall remember. When Caesar says, do this, it is performed.
Set on, leave no ceremony out.
Caesar!
Ha! Who called?
Did every noise be still? Peace yet again.
Who is in the press that call on me? I hear a tongue shriller that all the music cry. Caesar, speak! Caesar is starting to hear.
Beware the Ides of March.
What man is that?
A soothsayer bids you beware the Ides of March.
Step him before me, let me see his face.
Fellow, come from the throng. Look upon Caesar.
What sayest thou to me now? Speak once again.
Beware the Ides of March.
He is a dreamer. Let us leave him. Pass.
Will you go see the order of the course?
Not I.
I pray you do.
I am not gamesome. I do lack some part of that quick spirit that is in him. Cassius, I'll leave you.
Brutus, I do observe you in outlet. I have not from your eye that gentleness, nor show of love as I was wont to have.
Cassius, I turn the trouble of my countenance merely upon myself. For Brutus, with himself at war, forgets the shows of love to other men.
Then, Brutus, I have must mistook your passion, by means whereof this breast of mine hath varied thoughts of great valor.
To what dangers would you lead me, Cassius?
Good, Brutus, be prepared to hear.
What means the shouting? I too fear the people choose Caesar for their king.
I do you fear it? Then must I think you would not have it so.
I would not, Cassius, yet I love him well, but wherefore do you hold me here so long? What is it you would impart to me? For let the gods so speed me, that love the name of honor more than I fear death.
I know that virtue being you, Brutus. Well, honor is the subject of my story. I was born free as Caesar. So were you. We both have fed as well, and can both endure the winter's cold as well as heat. And this man is now become a god. And Cassius is a wretched creature, and must bend in his body if Caesar carelessly, but not on him. Ye gods, it doth amaze me, a man of such feeble temper should bear the crown alone.
General shouts? I do believe these applauses are for some new honors heaped on Caesar.
Why, man, he doth bestride the narrow and we petty men walk under his huge legs and peep about to find ourselves dishonorable graves. Men at some time are masters of their faith. The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stones, but in ourselves, that we are underlings. Brutus and Caesar, what should be in that? Caesar. Why should that name be sounded more than yours? Write them together. Yours is as fair. Now in the name of all the gods at once, upon what meat doth this our Caesar feed, that he hath grown so great? There was once a Brutus that would have broke the eternal devil to keep his stay in Rome as easily as a king.
What you would work me to, I have some aim. But for this presence, I would not be any further moved. What you have said, I will consider. What you have to say, I will find time to do. Till then, my noble friend, chew upon this. Brutus had rather be a villager than to repute himself a son of Rome under these hard conditions.
I'm glad that my weak words have struck this much show of fire from Brutus.
The games are done, and Caesar is returning.
As they pass by, pluck Casco by the sleeve, and he will, after his sour fashion, tell you what hath proceeded.
I will do so, Cassius. But look you, the anger spot up low on Caesar's brow, and all the rest look like a chidden train. And Decius looks with such a pair and fiery eyes as we have seen him in the capital being in conference with some senators.
Casco will tell us what matters.
Aye, so we on.
Antonius,
Caesar,
let me have men about me that are fat, sleek-headed men, and sleep o' nights. Young Cassius has a lean and hungry look. He thinks too much. Such men are dangerous.
Fear him not, Caesar. He is not dangerous. He is a noble Roman and well-given.
Would he were fatter, but I fear him not. He is a great observer. He reads much, and he looks quite through the deeds of men. And seldom he smiles, and smiles in such a sort, as if he mocked himself, and scorned at a spirit that could be well moved to smile at anything. Such men be never at Tartese, while they behold a greater than themselves, and therefore are they very dangerous. I'd rather tell you what is to be feared than what I fear, for always I am Caesar.
You pulled me by the cloak. Would you speak with us?
Aye, Casco, tell us what had chanced that Caesar looks so sad.
Why, you were with him, were you not?
I should not then ask Casco what had chanced.
Why, there was a crown offered him. And being offered him, he put it by with the back of his hand thus. Then the people fell a shouting.
What was the second noise for?
Why, for that too.
they shouted thrice. What was the last cry for?
Why, for that too. He put it by thrice, every time the other bit of it.
Who offered him the crown?
Why, Antony.
Tell us the manner of it, gentle Casca.
I saw Mark Antony offer him a crown, and as I told you, he put it by once. But for all that to my thinking, he would fain have had it. Then he offered it to him again. He put it by again. But to my thinking, he was very loath to lay his fingers off it. Then he offered it to him the third time. He put it by the third time. But still, as he refused it, the rabblemen hooted and clapped their hands, and uttered such a deal of stinking breath that it had almost choked Caesar, for he swooned and fell down at it.
But soft, I pray you. What? Did Caesar swoon?
He fell down at the marketplace, foamed at the mouth, and was speechless.
'Tis very like. He has the falling sixes.
No, Caesar hath it not. But you and I, and Casca and Decius, we have the falling sickness.
I know not what you mean by that, but I am sure that Caesar fell down.
And after that, Caesar came thus sad away.
I could tell you more news too. Marullus and Flavius, for pulling scarves off Caesar's images, are put to death. There was more flurry yet, if I could but remember it.
Will you both sup with me tonight?
Aye, if I be alive, and you're mindful, and your dinner worth eating.
Good, I will expect you.
Do so. Farewell, both.
For this time, I will leave you. Tomorrow, if you please, Cassius, come home to me, and I will wait for you.
I will do so. Till then, think of the world. Well, Brutus, thou art noble, yet I see thy honorable metal may be wrought. I will this night, in at his window throw, as if it came from several citizens, writings all tending to the great opinion that Rome holds of his name, wherein Caesar's ambition shall be glanced at. And after this, let Caesar see him sure, for we will shake him, or worse days endure. a man, most like this dreadful night, that thunders, lightens, opens graves, and roars doth like the lion in the Capitol. A man no mightier than thyself or me in personal action, yet fearful as these strange eruptions are.
'Tis Caesar that you meet, is it not, Cassius?
Let it be who it is.
Indeed, they say the senators tomorrow mean to establish Caesar as their king. He shall wear his crown by sea and land in every place save here in Italy.
I know where I'll wear this dagger then. Cassius from bondage will deliver Cassius. That part of tyranny that I do bear, I can shake off at pleasure.
So can I, and I.
And why should Caesar be a tyrant then? Poor man, I know he would not be a wolf, but that he sees the Romans are but sheep. But, oh grief, where hast thou left? I perhaps speak this before willing bond.
You speak to Casca, to such a man that is no fair and telltale. I, Decius, hold my hand. I will set this foot of mine as far as we go farthest.
What a time you chose out, brave Megarius, to wear a kerchief. Would you were not sick?
I am not sick, but Cassius have in hand an exploit worthy of the name of honor.
Such an exploit have I made, Megarius, had you a healthful ear to hear it.
By all the gods that Rome was bound before, I here discard my sickness. But what's to do?
A piece of work that will make sick men whole.
Wait, but are not some whole that we have to make sick?
That must we also.
So on your foot with a heart new fire, I follow you.
There's the bargain. Now know you, I have moved already some certain of the noblest minded Romans to undergo with me an enterprise, most bloody, fiery, and most terrible.
Stand close a while, for here comes some in haste.
Friends, where haste thou so?
To find out you, but who's that?
'Tis Ligarius, Casca, and Decius, three incorporate to our attempts.
I'm glad on it. But what a fearful night this is. There's 2 or 3 of us have seen strange sights. Oh, Cassius, I have seen the ambitious ocean swell and rage and foam to be exalted with the threatening clouds. But never till tonight, never till now did it go through a tempest-dropping fire. Either there's a civil strife in heaven, or else the world, too saucy with the gods, and sends them to send destruction. Whoever knew the heavens meant so.
Why saw you anything so wonderful?
I saw a common slave. You know him well by sight. Held up his left hand, which would flame and burn like 20 torches joined, and yet his hand remained unscorched.
Against the Capitol I met a lion, who gazed upon me, and went surly by, without annoying me. And there were drawn upon a heap 100 ghastly women, transformed with their fear, who swore they saw men all in fire walk up and down the streets.
And yesterday, the bird of the night did sit, even at noonday upon the marketplace, hooting and shrieking.
Indeed, it is a strange disposed time, but men may construe things after their fashion. Come, Caesar, to the Capitol tomorrow.
He doth, for he did bid Antonius to send word he would be there tomorrow.
Oh, Cassius, if you could but win the noble Brutus to our party.
Be a good day. Good Caesar, look you lay this paper on the praetor's chair, where Brutus may find it. And Ligarius, throw this in at his window. All this done, repair to Pompey's porch, where you shall find it.
Well, we will hide so bestow these papers as you bid us.
Come, we'll yet ere day see Brutus at his house. 3 parts of him is ours already, and the man entire upon the next encounter.
Oh, he sits high in all the people's hearts. And that which would appear offensive us, his countenance, like gracious of alchemy, will change from virtue into worthiness.
Him and his worth, and our great need of him, you have right and well conceded.
Let us go, for it is after midnight, and ere day we will awake him, and be sure.
Boy, Lucius, fast asleep? It is no. I cannot, by the proudest of the stars, give guests on here today. Lucius, I say. I would it were my fault to sleep so soundly. Awake, I say. What, Lucius?
Called you, my lord?
Get me a taper in my study, Lucius. When it is light, come and call me.
I will, my lord.
It must be by this death. And for my part, that I know no personal cause to spurn at him. But for the general, he would be crowned. Might that change his nature? There's the question. The abuse of greatness is when it disjoins remorse from power. And to speak truth of Caesar, I have not known when his ambition swelled more than his reasons. But 'tis a common proof that lowliness is young ambition's life. Whereto he once attains that most round, he then scorns the base degrees by which he did ascend. So Caesar may. And therefore I think him as a serpent's egg, which hatched as his kind grows mischievous, and therefore kill him in the shell.
The taper burneth in your closet, sir. Searching the window for a flint, I found this paper, thus sealed up. And I'm sure it did not lie there when I went to bed.
Get you to bed again. It is not there. Is not tomorrow the Ides of March?
I know not, sir.
Look in the calendar and bring me word.
I will, sir.
The exhalations whizzing in the air give so much light that I may read by them. Brutus, thou sleepest. Awake and see thyself. Shall Rome stand under one man's awe? Speak, strike, redress. Brutus, thou sleepest. Awake! Such instigations have often been dropped where I took them up. My ancestors did from the streets of Rome the Tarquin drive when he was called king. Am I entreated to speak and strike? O Rome, I make thee promise. If the redress should fall, thou receivest thy full petition at the hand of Brutus.
Sir, March is wasted 15 days.
'Tis good. Go to the gate. Somebody knocks. Since Cassius did first wet me against Caesar, I have not slept. Between the acting of a dreadful thing and the first motion, all the interim was like a phantasm or a hideous dream.
Sir, 'tis your brother Cassius at the door.
Is he alone?
No, sir, there are more with him.
Do you know them?
No, sir, their hats are plucked about their ears, and half their faces buried in their cloaks.
Let him enter. 'Tis a faction, a conspiracy.
I think you're too bold upon your rest. Good morrow, Brutus. Do we trouble you?
I've been up at this hour, awake all night. Know I these men that come along with you?
Yes, every man of them, and no man here but what honors you. This is Trebonius,
He is welcome hither.
this Decius,
He is welcome too.
this Casca, and this Nunculus.
They are all welcome. What watchful cares to interpose themselves betwixt your eyes and nights?
Shall I entreat a word?
Here lies the east. Doth not daybreak here? No.
Oh, pardon, sir, it doth. In drawing great lines that fret the clouds, our messengers of day.
You shall confess that you are both deceived. Here, as I point my sword, the sun arises, and the high east stands as the capital, directly here.
Give me your hands, all over, one by one.
And let us swear our resolution.
Huzzah! Not enough! What need we any spur but our own cause to bring us to redress? And what other bond than secret Romans that have spoke the word? And what other oath than honesty to honesty engage, that this shall be, or we shall fall for it?
Shall no man be touched, but only Caesar?
Decius, well urged. I think it is not meet that Mark Antony, so well beloved of Caesar, should outlive Caesar. We shall find of him a shrewd contrivance, which to prevent, let Antony and Caesar fall together.
Of course I'll see the bloody ties, Cassius. To cut off the head and then hack the limbs, for Antony is but a limb of Caesar. Let's be sacrificed, but not butchers. Caius, we all stand up against the spirit of Caesar. And the spirit of men. There's no blood in that. Oh, that we could come by Caesar's spirit and not dismember Caesar. But alas, Caesar must bleed for us. And gentle friends, let's kill him boldly, but not wrathfully. And for Mark Antony, think not of him, for he can do no more than Caesar's arm when Caesar's head is cut off.
Yet I fear him, for in the engrafted love he bears to Caesar.
Alas, good Cassius, all that he can do is to himself.
Take thought and die for Caesar. That were much he should, for he is given to sports, violence, and much company.
There is no fear in him. Let him not die, for he will live and laugh at this hereafter.
Peace, count the clock.
The clock hath stricken 3.
'Tis time to part.
But it is doubtful yet whether Caesar will come forth today or no, for he is superstitious grown of late. It may be the unaccustomed terror of this night may hold him from the capital today.
Never fear that. If he be so resolved, I can always sway him. Let me work, for I can give his humor the true bent, and I will bring him to the capital. Nay, we will all be there to fetch him.
By the 8th hour, that the uttermost?
Be that the uttermost, and fail not then.
The morning comes upon us. We'll leave you, Brutus. And friends, disperse yourself. But all remember what you have said, and show yourselves true Romans.
Look fresh and merry, and so good morrow to you, everyone. Boy, Lucius, fast asleep? It is no matter. Enjoy the honey, heavy dew of slumber.
Brutus, my lord.
Portia, what be you? What for rising now? It is not for your health thus to commit your weak condition to the raw cold morning.
Nor for your sleeping, perhaps urgently, Brutus stole from my bed, and yesterday after supper, you suddenly rose and walked about with your arms across. And when I asked you what the matter was, you stared upon me with ungentle looks, and I urged you further, yet you answered me not. And with an angry waft of your hand, it was time for me to leave you. So I did. Bring to strengthen our patience as sometimes happens to our retirement. I will not let you eat, nor talk, nor sleep. Dear my lord, make me acquainted with your cause of grief.
I am not well in health, and that is all.
Brutus is wise, and were he not in health, he would embrace the means to come by it.
Why, so I do. Good Portia, go to bed.
No, my Brutus, you have so unsafe a punishment in your life, I have to know, and upon my knees I tell you, by our once commanded duty, by all your vows of love, and that great vow which should incorporate, and make us one, that you unfold to me, yourself, and half, why you are heavy, and what great men have been here tonight. There have been some 6 or 7 who did hide their faces even from darkness.
Feel not, gentle Portia.
I should not need if you are gentle, Brutus. Within the bond of bears, tell me, Brutus, is it expected that I should know no secrets that appertain to you? Am I yourself, but as it were, exhort or limitation, to keep with you at meals, comfort your bed, and talk to you sometimes? Do I but in the semblance of your good pleasure? If it be no more, Portia's Brutus's Carla, on his life.
You are my true and honorable wife, as dear to me as the ruddy drops that visit my sad heart.
If this were true, then I should know the secret. I grant that I will mingle withal a woman that Lord Brutus took to wife. I grant that I will learn, but withal a woman that well reputed Peter's daughter. Things are much stronger than my sex, things of honor for the husband. Tell me your counsels. I will not disclose them. I'm a strong posture and counsel seeker. Give myself a volunteer when get out. Can I bear that with patience and not my husband's secrets?
O ye gods, render me worthy of this noble wife. Dear Portia, go in a while, and by thy bosom shall take the secrets of my heart.
Nor heaven nor earth have been at peace tonight. Thrice had Capernia in her sleep cried out, "Help, ho, they murdered Caesar." Who's a thing?
My lord,
Go bid the priest to a present sacrifice and bring me opinion of their success.
I will, my lord.
What mean you, Caesar? Think you are forth? Not from your house today.
Caesar shout forth, the things that threaten me nail upon my back. When they shall see the face of Caesar, they are banished.
Caesar, I never stood on ceremonies, yet now they fright me. There is one within besides the things that we have heard and seen. For countless horrid sights we go to watch. Alliance have roamed the streets, and graves have yawned up their dead. Fierce fire warriors fought upon the clouds, which is the blood upon the capital. The noise of battle hurtled in the air. Horses did neigh, and dying men did go, and ghosts did shriek and squeal about the streets. Oh, Caesar, these things are beyond those, and I do fear them.
What can be avoided? Whose end is purposed by the mighty gods? Yet Caesar shall go forth, for these predictions are too real in general as to Caesar.
When beggars die, there will no comment seen. That themselves inflicted on the princes.
Cowards die many times before their death. The valiant never taste of death but once. Of all the wonders I have yet seen, it seems to me most strange that men should fear, seeing that death, a necessary end, will come when it will come. What say the others?
They would not have you stir forth today. Plucking the entrails of the offering forth, they could not find a heart within the beast.
The gods do this shame of cowardice. Caesar should be a beast without a heart. If he should stay at home today for fear, no, Caesar shall not. Danger knows full well we more dangerous than he. We are two lions lured in one day. and I, the elder and more terrible, and Caesar shall go forth.
Alas, my lord, do not go forth today. Call it my fear that keeps you in the house, and not your own. Whatever Antony is in the house, he shall say you are not well today. Let me upon my knee prevail in this.
Mark Antony shall say that I'm not well, and for that humor, I'll stay at home today. Here is Decius, he shall tell himself.
Caesar, all hail. Tomorrow will be Caesar. Come to fetch you to the Senate house.
You are come in a very happy time to bring my greeting to the senators and say to them, I will not come today. I cannot is false, and that I dare not falter. I will not come today. Tell him so, Decius.
Say that he is sick.
Shall Caesar send a lie? Decius, go tell him Caesar will not come.
What's mighty Caesar that you were such causes to be left unatoned?
The cause is in my will. I will not come. That is enough to satisfy the Senate.
But for your private satisfaction, I'll let you know Calpurnia here, my wife, stays me at home.
I dreamt and I saw a statue, which like it found, with hundreds found, did run pure blood. Many luscious came smiling to bathe their hands in it. And these I did apply for warnings. And on my knees I beg that you will stay at home today.
This dream is all misinterpreted. It was a vision, very unfortunate. Your statue spilling blood in many pipes, in which you many smiling Romans bathe, signifies that from you great Rome shall suck reviving blood. This by Calpurnia's dream is signified.
In this way you have well expounded it.
I have, and when you have heard what I can say, and know it now, the Senate have concluded to give this day a crown to mighty Caesar. If you shall send word you'll not come, their minds may change. Besides, it were mock, apt to be rendered for someone to say.
Break up the Senate till another time, when Caesar's wife shall leave better dreams. If Caesar had it, so shall they not whisper, Lo, Caesar's afraid.
How foolish they are fierce now, Calpurnia. I am ashamed that you yield to them. Go, give me my robe, for I will go. And look, Ligarius has come to fetch me.
Tomorrow, Caesar.
Welcome, Ligarius. What, Brutus? Are you stirred so early too? Good morrow, Casca. Cassius, Trebonius, is it o'clock?
Caesar, 'tis stricken 8.
I thank you for your pains and courtesy. Look, Antony, that revel's long one night is notwithstanding enough. Good morrow, Antony.
So to most noble Caesar.
Bid them prepare within. I am to blame to be thus waited for. Now, Cinna, now, Metellus. What, Trebonius? I have an hour's talk in store with you. Be near me, that I may remember you.
Caesar, I will, and so near your best interest in heaven farther.
Good friends, go in and taste some wine with me, and we, like friends, will go straight away together.
Oh, Caesar, that every life is not the same. The heart of Greece yearns to think upon.
I bid thee, boy, ride to the Senate house. Stay not here to me, but get thee gone. Why dost thou say?
To know my errand, madam.
I would have had thee there and here again, ere I can tell thee what thou should do there. O Constance, he be strong upon my side. Set a huge mountain between thy heart and tongue. I've a man's mind, but a woman's mind. How hard it is for a woman to keep counsel. Art thou there yet?
Madam, what should I do? Run to the capital and nothing else? And so return to you and nothing else?
Yes, bring me word, boy, if I find my pop. For he went sickly for it. And say, good note, a Caesar doth. For Caesar's precedent. Hark, boy, what noise is that?
I hear none.
I prithee, listen well. I hear bustling rumor like a fray, and the wind brings it from the capital.
Shoot, madam, I hear nothing.
Come hither, fellow, which way hast thou been? To my own house, good lady. What is it o'clock?
About the ninth hour, lady.
Has Caesar yet gone to the capital?
Madam, not yet. I go to take my stand and see him perhaps onto the capital.
Thou hast some suji Caesar, hast thou not?
That I have, good lady. If it will please Caesar to be so good to Caesar, I shall beseech him to befriend himself.
Why, knowest thou any harm intended towards him?
None that I know will be, much should I fear my chance. Good morrow to you. Here the street is now, and the throng that follows Caesar at the heels, of senators and praetors, of common suitors, who cried a feeble man almost to death. I will give me to a place more void, and there speak to great Caesar as he comes along.
enterprise. Suitable heritage. Brutus, have us you that Caesar will not grant or grow faint. Lucius, a commandment to my lord. Stand there and bring me word that he doth say.
Caesar, beware of Brutus. Take heed of Cassius. Come not near Casca. Have an eye to Cinna. Trust not Trebonius. Mark well Metellus Cimber. Theseus loves thee not. Thou hast wronged Ligarius. There is no one mind in all these men. It is bent against Caesar. Security gives way to conspiracy. The mighty gods defend thee, thy lover, Artemidorus. Here will I stand till Caesar pass along. That is suitable to give you this. If you read this, O Caesar, thou mayest live. If not, the fates of trade do contrive.
The ides of March are come.
I, Caesar, but not gone.
Hail Caesar, read this country.
Tribonian doth desire thee nor read. I your best Caesar, this, his humble suit.
O Caesar, read my verse. Mine the suit that touches Caesar here. Read it, great Caesar.
What touches us ourselves shall we last serve.
Why not? Read it instantly.
What is this fellow mad?
What urge you? Your petitions in the street? Come to the Capitol.
Trebonius knows the sign. We're looking Brutus. He draws Mark Antony out of the way.
Brutus is Metellus Cimber, and go and presently prefer your case for Caesar.
Use address. Press the words.
Casca, you are the first that raise your hand.
Are we all ready? What is now amiss that Caesar and his Senate must address?
Most high, most mighty, and most puissant Caesar, Metellus Cimber throws before thy seat in humble heart.
I prevent thee, Cimber. Thy brother by decree is banished. And if thou dost bend and pray and bond for him, I spurn thee like a cur. Out of my way! I know doth Caesar not wrong, nor without cause will he be satisfied.
Is there no voice more worthy than my own, to sound more greatly in great Caesar's ear, for the repealing of my banished brother?
Caesar, I kiss thy hand, but not in flattering. Desiring thee that Publius Cimber may have immediate freedom of repeal.
What, Brutus?
Pardon, Caesar. Caesar, pardon, pardon. As low as to thy foot doth Cassius fall, to beg enfranchisement for Publius Cimber.
I could be well moved if I were as you, but I am constant as the northern star. The skies are painted with unnumbered sparks. They are all fire, and everyone does shine. But there is but one in all doth hold its place. So in the world I do know but one unchanged motion, that I am he. I was constant Cimber should be banished, and constant do remain to keep him so.
Oh, Caesar.
Hence, wilt thou lift up Olympus?
Great Caesar.
Doth not Brutus, bootless, kneel.
Speak, hands for me.
Hail,
Hail,
To
Caesar!
protect, then fall, Caesar.
Liberty, freedom, tyranny's dead. Run, hence proclaim, cried about the streets.
Come to the common pulpits and cry out, freedom, liberty, and enfranchisement.
People, senators, be not afraid!
And Cassius too.
Where's Antony?
Fled to his house amazed. Men, wives, and children stare. Cry and run, as if it were doomsday.
Fates, we will know thy pleasures, that we shall die to know. But it is the time, and drawing days out, that men shall stand upon.
Why, he that cuts off 20 years of life, cuts off so many years of very death.
Grant that, and then are we, Caesar's friends, that have abridged his time of fear and death? Stoop, Romans, stoop, and let us bathe our hands in Caesar's blood, and these spear our swords, and walk forth even to the marketplace, and waving our red weapons on our heads. Let's cry forth, peace, freedom, and liberty!
Stoop then and walk. How many ages hence shall this our lofty scene be acted over, in states unborn and accents yet unknown? So oft shall the not of us be called, the men that gave their country liberty.
Yeah.
What shall we form?
Soft, who comes here, friend of Antony.
Thus Brutus and my master bid me kneel. Thus did Mark Antony bid me fall down. And being prostrate, thus he bade me say, Brutus is noble, wise, valiant, and honest. Caesar was mighty, bold, royal, and loving. Say, I love Brutus and honor him. Say, I feared Caesar and honored him and loved him. If Brutus will vouchsafe, that Mark Antony may safely come to him and be resolved how Caesar hath deserved to lie in death, Mark Antony shall not love Caesar dead, nor Brutus living, but will follow the fortunes and affairs of noble Brutus with all true faith. So says my master Antony.
Thy master is a wise and valiant fellow. I never thought him less. Tell him so. Please him to come unto this place, and he should be satisfied, and by my honor depart untouched. I know that we shall have him well to friend.
I wish we may, but yet I've a mind that fears him much.
And here comes Mark Antony. Welcome, Mark Antony.
Almighty Caesar, dost thou lie so low? Are all thy conquests, glories, triumphs, spoils, shrugged to this little measure? Fare thee well. I know not, gentlemen, what you intend, who else must be let blood. If I myself there is no honor fit as Caesar's death hour, nor no instrument of half that worth as those your swords, made rich with the most noble blood of all this world. Live 1,000 years, I shall not find so apt a place to die.
Who has been praying on your death of us? You see our hearts not. To you, our swords have linen points, but we receive you with all kind love, good thoughts, and reverence.
Your voice shall be as strong as any man's in the disposing of new dignities.
Only be patient till we have appeased the multitude, beside themselves as we. And then we will deliver you the reason that why I, that did love Caesar, have thus proceeded.
I doubt not of your wisdom. Let each man render me his bloody hand. First Marcus Brutus, I will shake with you. Next Caius Cassius, I do take your hand. Now Decius Brutus, yours. Now yours, Menelaus. Yours, Cinna. And my valiant Cassius. And yours, Agrarius. And the last, not least in love, yours, Trebonius. Gentlemen, all. Alas, what shall I say? My credit now stands on such slippery ground that one of two bad ways you must conceive me, either a coward or a flatterer. That I did love thee, Caesar. Oh, 'tis true. If then thy spirit look upon us now, shall it not grieve thee dearer than thy death? To see thy Antony making his feud, shaking the bloody fingers of thy foes, most noble, in the presence of thy court. Pardon me, Julius.
Mark Antony.
Pardon me, Caius Cassius. The enemies of Caesar shall say this, then in a friend, it is cold modesty. I blame you not for praising Caesar so, but what compact will you have with us? Will you be prince in number of our friends, or shall we on and not depend on you? Therefore I took your hands, but was indeed swayed from the point by looking down on Caesar. Friends, I am with you all, and love you all, upon this hope, that you shall give me reasons why and wherein Caesar was dangerous.
Or else this were a savage spectacle. Our reasons are so full of good regard, that were you Antony, the son of Caesar, you should be satisfied.
That's all I seek, and am, moreover, a suitor that I may, produce his body to the marketplace, and in the pulpit, as becomes his friend, speak in order of his funeral.
You shall, Mark Antony.
Brutus, a word with you. You know not what you do. Do not consent that Mark Antony speak in the funeral. Know you not how much the people may be moved by that which he will utter?
By your pardon, I will myself burst into the pulpit and show the reasons of our Caesar's death. Where he shall speak, I will protest that he speaks by leave and by permission, and that we are contented. Caesar shall have true rights and lawful ceremonies. It shall advantage us more than it shall do us wrong.
I know not what may fall. I like it not.
Mark Antony, here, take you Caesar's body, and you shall not, in your funeral speech, blame us, but speak all the good you can devise of Caesar, and say you do it by our book. And you shall speak at the same pulpit whereto I am going after my speech is ended.
Be it so. I do desire no more.
Prepare the body then, and follow us.
And pardon me, thou bleeding piece of earth, that I am meek and gentle with these winters. Woe to the hands that shed this costly blood. Over thy wounds I do now prophesy. A curse shall light upon the limbs of men.
Oh, Caesar.
Thy heart is big. You serve Octavius Caesar, do you not?
I do, Mark Antony.
Caesar did right for him to come to Rome.
He did receive his letters and is coming, and bid me say by word of mouth that he lies tonight within 7 leagues of Rome.
Post back with speed and tell him what hath chanced. Here is a mourning Rome, a dangerous Rome. No Rome of safety where Octavius yet. High hands and tell him so, yet stay a while. Thou shalt not back till I have borne this horse into the market. There shall I try, in my oration, how the people take this cruel issue of these bloody men, according to which thou shalt discourse to young Octavius at domestic fury and fierce civil strife shall cumber all the parts of Italy. Blood and destruction shall be so in use, and dreadful objects so familiar, that mothers shall but smile when they behold their infants quartered with the hands of war and Caesar's spirit, raging for revenge. Come hot from hell shall end this foul confines cry havoc, that this foul deed shall smell above the earth with carrion men groaning for burial.
And be silent that you may hear. Believe me for mine honor, and have respect to mine honor that you may believe. Censure me in your wisdom, and awake your senses that you may be the better judge. If there be any in this assembly, any dear friend of Caesar's, to him I say that Brutus's love to Caesar was no less than his. If then that friend demand why Brutus rose against Caesar, to him this is my answer. Not that I love Caesar less, but that I loved Rome more. Had you rather Caesar were living and die all slaves, than that Caesar were dead to live all free men? As Caesar loved me, I weep for him. As he was fortunate, I rejoice in it. As he was valiant, I honored him. But as he was ambitious, I slew him. Who is here so base that he would be a bondman? If any, speak. For him, I am offended. Who is here so rude that he would not be a Roman? If any, speak. For him, I am offended. Who is here so wild that he would not love his country? If any, speak. For him, I am offended. I pause for a reply.
None, Brutus, none.
Then none have I offended. I have done no more to Brutus that you shall do to Caesar. I have done no more to Caesar that you shall do to Brutus. The question of his death is enrolled in the Capitol. His glory, not extenuated wherein he was worthy, nor his offenses enforced for which he suffered death. Here comes his body, mourned by Mark Antony, who, though he had no hand in this death, shall receive the benefit of his dying. A place in the Commonwealth, as which of you shall not?
Long live the Commonwealth!
With this, I depart, that as I slew my best lover for the good of Rome, I have the same dagger here for myself, when it shall please my country to need my death.
Live, Brutus, live!
Bring him with triumph home into his house.
Yeah!
Give him a statue of his ancestor!
Yeah!
And be Caesar!
Yeah!
His better part shall be crowned in Brutus!
Yeah!
We'll bring him home into his house with shouts and clamors.
Yeah!
Peace, silence, he speaks.
Good countrymen, let me depart alone, and for my sake, stay here with Antony. Do grace to Caesar's corpse, and grace his speech tending to Caesar's glories, which, Mark Antony, by our permission, is allowed to make. I do entreat you, not a man depart, save I alone till Antony have spoke.
Stay, ho, and let us hear Mark Antony.
Let him go up into the public chair. We'll hear him. Noble Antony, go up.
He says for Brutus' sake, he finds himself beholden to us all.
To rest you speak no harm of Brutus here. That Caesar was a tyrant.
Nay, that's certain. We are blessed that Rome is rid of him.
Yeah!
Gentle Romans,
Peace, ho, let's hear him.
friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is oft interred their bones. So let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus hath told you Caesar was ambitious. If it were so, It was a grievous fault, and grievously have Caesar answered it. Here, under leave of Brutus and the rest. For Brutus is an honorable man. So are they all honorable men. Come I to speak in Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful and just to me. But Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. Caesar hath brought many captives home to Rome, whose ransoms did the general coffers fill. Did this in Caesar seem ambitious? When the poor hath cried, hath Caesar wept? Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. You all did see that on Lupercal. I thrice presented him a kingly crown, which he did thrice refuse. Was this ambitious? Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and sure he is an honorable man. I speak not to disprove what Brutus spoke, but I am here to speak what I do know. You all did love him once, not without cause. What cause hath pulled you then to mourn for him? O judgment, thou art fled to brutish beasts, and men have lost their reason. My heart is in the coffin there with Caesar, and I must pause till it come back to me.
Methinks there is much reason in his saying.
If thou consider rightly of the matter, Caesar hath had a great wrong.
Has he, masters? I fear there will worse come in his place.
Marked ye his words? He would not take the crown. Therefore, considering it was not ambition.
If it be found so, some will dear abide it.
Poor soul, his eyes are red with crying.
There is not a nobler man in Rome than Antony.
Now mark him. He begins again to speak.
But yesterday, the word of Caesar might have stood against the world. Now lies he there, and none so poor to do him reverence. O masters, if I were disposed to stir your hearts and minds to mutiny and rage, I should do Brutus wrong, and Cassius wrong, who you all know are honorable men. But here's a parchment with the seal of Caesar. I found it in his closet. 'Tis his will.
We'll hear the will. Read it, Mark Antony.
The will!
The will! We will hear Caesar's will!
Have patience, gentle friends. I must not read it. It is not meet. You should know how Caesar loved you. You are not wood, you are not stones, but men. And being men, hearing the will of Caesar, it will inflame you. It will make you mad. 'Tis good you know not that you are his heirs. For if you should, what's wait a moment.
Read the will!
We'll hear it, Antony.
You shall read us the will! Caesar's will!
Will you be patient? Will you stay a while? I have o'ershocked myself to tell you this. I fear I will wrong those honorable men whose daggers have stabbed Caesar. I do fear it.
Honorable men? They were traitors.
The will! The testament!
They were villains, murderers. The will, read the will!
Yeah!
You will compel me then to read the will?
Yeah!
Then make a ring about the corpse of Caesar, and let me show you him that made the will. Shall I ascend, and will you give me leave?
Go on! Ascend!
You shall have leave.
A ring! Stand round on!
Room for Antony, most noble Caesar.
If you have tears, prepare to shed them now. You all do know this mantle. Look, in this place ran Cassius's dagger through. See what a rent the envious Casca made. Through this, the well-loved Brutus stabbed, as he plucked his cursed steel away. Mark how the blood of Caesar followed it. For Brutus, as you know, was Caesar's angel. This was the most unkindest cut of them all. For when the noble Caesar saw him stabbed, in gratitude, more strong than traitors' arms, quite vanquished him, then burst his mighty heart. And in his mantle, muffling up his face, great Caesar fell. Oh, what a fall there was, my countrymen. Then I, and you, and all of us fell down, whilst bloody treason flourished over us. Oh, now you weep, and I perceive you feel the dint of pity. Kind souls, what weep you would, but behold our Caesar's vesture wounded. Look you here, here is himself!
Spectacle!
Oh, woeful day!
Oh, noble Caesar! Oh, traitors, villains, almost bloody sight! We will be avenged!
Hear the noble Antony!
We'll hear him, we'll follow him, we'll die with him!
Friends, sweet friends, let me not stir you up to mutiny. They that have done this deed are honorable men. What
made them do it. They are wise and honorable, and will no doubt with reason to answer you. I come not to steal your hearts away, but were I Brutus, and Brutus Antony, there were an Antony that would ruffle up your spirits, and put a tongue in every wound of Caesar, that should move the very stones of Rome to rise in mutiny.
We'll mutiny!
We'll burn the house of Brutus.
Yeah!
Wait, no, we'll see the conspirator.
Yeah!
My friends, you go to do what you know not what, wherein hath Caesar thus deserved your love. Alas, you know not. I must tell you then, you have forgot the will I told you.
Most true. Read the will.
We will say, here Caesar's will.
Here is the will, and under Caesar's seal, to every Roman citizen, to every civil man, 75 drachmas.
Yeah!
Noble Caesar will revenge his death.
Yeah!
Moreover, he has left you all his laws, his private gardens, and new planted orchards on this side of the Tiber. He has left unto you and your heirs forever. Here was a Caesar, when comes such another.
Never, never. Come away, away.
Yeah!
His body in the holy place.
Yeah!
France, fire the traitor's house.
Yeah! I go to fetch fire.
Some bitches.
Put down corns, windows, anything. Yeah!
Sir, Octavius has already come to Rome.
Where is he?
He elected us right at Caesar's house.
And thither straight will I visit him. He comes upon a wish. Fortune is married, and in this mood will give us anything.
I heard him say Brutus and Cassius are rid like madmen through the gates of Rome.
Be like they had some notice of the people, how I had moved them. Bring me to Octavius. These many then shall die. Their names are printed.
Your brother, too, must die. Consent you, Lepidus?
I do consent.
Bring him, Antony.
Upon condition, Publius shall not live. Who is your sister's son, Mark Antony?
He shall not live. Look, the spot I damn him. Lepidus, go you to Caesar's house, and fetch the will hither, and we shall determine how to cut off the charging legacies.
What, shall I find you here?
Here or at the Capitol?
This is a slight, unmeritable man, meant to be sad animals. Is it fit, the threefold world divided, he should stand one of the three to share it?
So you thought, and took its voice. Who should be pricked to die?
Octavius, I have seen more days than you. And even though we lay honors on this man, he shall bear them as the ass bears gold, to sweat and groan on to the business, either to be led or driven as we point the way.
You may do your will, but he's a tried and valiant soldier.
So is my horse, Octavius. Do not speak of him, but his property. But now, listen, Octavius, great things. Brutus and Cassius are levying powers. We must straight make head. Therefore, let our minds be combined, our best friends made, our means stretched, and let us presently go sit in council.
Let us do so. We are made about with many enemies, and some that smile, have in their hearts, I fear, millions of mischiefs.
Stand, ho.
Give the word how and stand.
What now, Messala? Is Cassius near?
He is at hand.
Comes his army on.
They meet this night in Sardis to be quartered in the greater part. The horse shall come with Cassius.
Arg, he's arrived. March gently on to meet him.
Stand ho! Stand ho!
Most noble brother, you have done me wrong.
Judge me, you gods. Wrong I mine enemies. And if not so, how should I wrong a brother?
Brutus, this sober form of yours hides wrongs, and when you do them...
Cassius, be content. Speak your griefs softly. I do know you well. Before the eyes of both our armies here, which should perceive nothing but love from us, let us now wrangle. Bid them move away. Then, Cassius, enlarge your griefs, and I will give you audience.
Pandarus, bid our commanders lead their charges off a little way from this ground.
Yes, my lord. About face. March.
Masala, do you the like, until we have done our conference.
Sir. March.
That you have wronged me doth appear in this, that you have condemned Lucius Pella for taking bribes to our Sardinians, wherein my letters were slated off.
You wronged yourself to write such a case. Let me tell you, Cassius, you yourself are much condemned to have an itching palm, to sell and march your offices for gold.
I an itching palm? You know that you were British this speak, sis, or by the gods this speech or else your last.
The name of Cassius honors this corruption. Remember March. The eyes of March remember. Did not great Julius bleed for justice's sake? What? Shall one of us that struck the foremost man of all this world, shall we now contaminate our fingers with base bribes? I'd rather be a dog and bay the moon than such a Roman.
Brutus, beat me not. I'll not endure it. You forget yourself to hedge me in. I am a soldier. I older in practice, abler than yourself to make such conditions.
Go to, you are not, Cassius.
I am.
I say you are not.
Urge me no more, I shall forget myself. Have mind upon your health, tempt me no farther.
Away, slight man.
Is it possible?
Hear me, for I will speak. Shall I be frightened when a madman stares?
Oh, ye gods, must I endure all this?
All this? Aye, more. Fret till your proud heart breaks. Go show your slaves how choleric you are. Make your bondmen tremble. Must I observe you? Must I stand and crouch under your testy humor? By the gods, from this day forth, I'll use you for my mirth. Yea, for my laughter when you are waspish.
Is it come to this?
You say you are a better soldier. Then let it appear so. I shall be glad to learn of noble men.
Wrong me, Brutus. Every way you wrong me. I said an elder soldier, not a better. Did I say a better?
If you did, I care not.
When Caesar lived, he durst not thus have moved me.
Peace! Peace! You durst not have tempted him so.
I durst not.
No!
What durst not have tempted him?
For your life you durst not.
Do not presume too much upon my love. I may do that which I should be sorry for.
You have done that you should be sorry for. There is no terror, Cassius, in your threats. For I am armed so strong in honesty that they pass me by as the idle wind, which I respect not. I did send you for certain sums of gold which you denied me, for I can raise no money by vile means. I did send you for gold to pay my legions which you denied me. Was that done like Cassius?
I denied you not.
You did.
I did not, you but a fool that brought my answer back. You loved me not.
I do not like your faults.
A friendly eye could never see such faults.
A flatterer's would not, though they appear as huge as high Olympus.
Oh, come, Anthony, Octavius, come. Revenge yourselves alone on Cassius, for Cassius is a weary of the world, hated by the one he loves, braved by his brother, cheated like a bondman. All my faults observed to cast into my teeth. Oh, I can my spirits from mine eyes. Here is my dagger, and here my naked breast. Within a heart written in gold. I that had denied thee gold will give you my heart. Strike as thou didst, Caesar.
Sheath your dagger. Be angry when you will. Do what you will. Dishonor shall be human. O Cassius, you are yoked with a lamb that carries anger as the flint bears fire. A hasty spark, and straight is called again.
Hath Cassius lived to give up mirth and laughter to his burdens when grief and blood ill-tempered vexeth him?
When I spoke that, I was ill-tempered too.
Do you confess so much? Give me your hand.
And my heart too.
Oh, Brutus.
What's the matter?
Have you not love enough to bear with me when that rash humor which my mother gave me makes me forgetful?
Yes, Cassius, and from henceforth, when you are over earnest with your Brutus, you'll think your mother chides, and leave you so. Publius, a bowl of wine.
I don't think you could have been so angry.
Oh, Cassius, I am sick of many griefs.
Of your philosophy you make no use.
No man bears sorrow better. Portia is dead.
Portia?
She is dead.
How escaped I killing when I crossed you so? Oh, insupportable and touching loss. Upon what sickness?
Impatience of my absence and grief that young Octavius with Mark Antony have made themselves so strong. With this, she fell distracted, and her attendant's absence swallowed fire.
And died so? Oh, ye immortal gods.
Speak no more of him. Give me a bowl of wine. In this I bury all unkindness, Cassius.
Oh, my heart is thirsty for that old pledge. Fill Julius with wine or so the cup.
Come in. Welcome, good Masala.
Portia art thou gone?
Speak no more of her, I pray you. Masala, I have here received letters that young Octavius with Mark Antony come down upon us with mighty power, bending their expedition toward Philippi.
Myself have letters of self-same tenor.
With what addition?
That by bills of outlawry, Octavius, Antony, and Lepidus have put to death 100 senators.
Therein our letters do not well agree. Mine speak of 70 senators that died, Cicero being one.
Cicero won.
Cicero is dead, and by that order. Have you in your letter your wife, my lord?
No, Masala.
Nor nothing in your letter rid of her?
Nothing, Masala.
That methinks is strange.
Why ask you? Here you ought of her in yours.
No, my lord.
Now, as you are a Roman, tell me true.
Then like a Roman, bear the truth I tell. For certain, she is dead, and by a strange manner.
Why? Farewell, Portia. We must die, Masala. With meditating that she must die once, I have the patience to endure it now.
Even great men, great losses shall endure.
In my age, you could not bear it so.
Well, to our work alive. What do you think of marching to Philippi presently?
I do not think it good.
Your reason?
This is it. 'Tis better the enemy seek us, so shall he waste his means, weary his soldiers, doing it to self-defense, whilst we, lying still, are full of rest, defense, and nimbleness.
Good reasons must, of course, give place to better. The people, twixt Philippi in this ground, do stand but in a forced affection. The enemy, marching along by them, shall make a fuller number up. Come on, refreshed, new, added and encouraged, from which advantage we shall cut him off, if at Philippi we do meet him there, these people at our backs.
Hear me, good brother.
Under your pardon, you must note that beside, we have tried the utmost of our friends. Our legions are brimful, our cause right. The enemy increaseth every day. We, at the height, are ready to decline. There is a tide in the affairs of men, which, taken at the flood, does lead on to fortune. Omitted, all of their life is bound in shallows and in miseries. On such a full sea are we now afloat, and we must take the current when it serves, or else lose our ventures.
Then with your will, go on. We'll along ourselves and meet you at Philippi.
The deep of night has crept upon our talk. Is there no more to say?
No more. Good night. Early tomorrow we'll rise hence.
Farewell, good Marcel.
Good night, Lord Brutus.
Noble Cassius. Good night, and good repose.
Oh, this was an ill beginning of the night. Never come such division between our souls. Let it not, Lord Brutus.
Everything is well.
Good night, my lord.
Good night, good brother. Where is thy instrument?
Here in the tent.
What? Thou speakest drowsily? Poor knave. I blame thee not. Look, Lucius, here's the book I sought for so.
I was sure your lordship did not give it me.
Bear with me, good boy. I am much forgetful. Canst thou hold up thy heavy eyes a while and touch the instrument a strain or two?
Aye, my lord, and it please you.
It does, my boy. I trouble thee too much, but thou art willing.
I have slept, my lord, already.
It was well done, and thou shalt sleep again. This is a sleepy tune. I will not do thee so much wrong to wake thee if thou dost not. Though breakest thy instrument. I'll take it from thee. And good boy, good night. Let me see. Here it is, I think. How ill this taper burns. Ha! Who comes here? I think it is the weakness of mine eyes that forms this monstrous apparition. Art thou anything? Art thou some god, some angel, or some devil that makest my blood run cold and my ears to stare? Speak to me, what thou art.
Thy evil spirit, Brutus.
Why comest thou?
You tell thee thou shalt see me at Philippi.
Why, then I will see thee again?
I at Philippi.
Well, then I'll see thee again. Though vanishes ill spirits, I will hold more talk with thee. Boy, Lucius, awake.
Strangers, my lord, are false.
He thinks he is still at his instrument. Boy, Lucius, awake.
My lord?
Didst thou dream that thou criest out?
I did not know that I did cry.
That thou didst. Didst thou see anything?
Nothing, my lord.
Go, and commend me to my brother. Bid him set on, and we'll follow.
It shall be done, my lord. not come down, but keep to the hills and upper regions. It proves not so. Their battles are at hand. Tugs, I know wherefore they do it. They come down with fearful bravery, to fasten in our thoughts that they have some courage. But 'tis not so.
Prepare you, generals. The enemy comes on in gallant show. The bloody sign of battle is hung out, and something is to be done immediately.
Octavius, lead your battle softly on, upon the right hand of the even field. Upon the left hand eye, keep thou the right. Why do you cross me in this exergence? I do not cross you, but I will do so.
They stand and would have parley.
Stand fast, Pinderus. We must have a talk.
Lord Antony, shall we consent battle? No, Caesar. We will answer on good charge. Make forth. The generals will have some words.
Words before blows. Is it so, countrymen?
Not that we love words better, as you do.
Good words are better than bad strokes, Octavius.
Your good words, Brutus. You give bad strokes. Witness the holy man and Caesar are crying. Long live! Hail!
Now, Brutus, thank yourself. This tongue of unoffended so today of Cassius might have ruled.
Look, I draw a sword against conspirators. When think you the sword go up again? Never, till Caesar's 33 wounds be well avenged.
A peevish schoolboy, joined with a master of brothers.
Come, Antony, away! Defiance, traitors, hurry in your teeth. If you dare fight today, come to the field.
Why now, blow, wind, swell, billow, and swim bark. The storm is up and all is on the hazard. Pinderus.
What say my general?
Pinderus, this is my birthday, as this very day was Cassius born. Give me that hand, Pinderus. Be thou my witness that against my will, as Pompey was, am I compelled to set upon one battle all our liberties. Coming from Sardis, on our former ensign, 2 eagles fell, and there they perched, gorging and feeding from our soldiers' hands, who did Philippi here consorted us. And in their steads, do ravens and crows fly o'er our heads, and downward look on us as we were sickly prey. Their shadows seem can be most fatal, under which our army lies, ready to give up the ghost.
Believe it not so.
I but believe it partly.
Even so, Cassius.
Now, most noble Brutus, let us reason with the worst that may befall. If we do lose this battle, then this is the very last time that we shall speak together. What are you then determined to do?
Even by the rule of philosophy, I know not how, but I do find it cowardly and vile to fear what might befall us.
Then if we do lose this battle, you are contented to be led in triumph to the streets of Rome?
No, Cassius, no. Know you, thou noble Roman, that never will Brutus go down to Rome. He bears too great a mind. But this same day must end that work the Ides of March begun. Whether we'll meet again, I know not. Therefore, our everlasting farewell take. Forever and forever farewell, Cassius. If we do meet again, we shall smile. And if not, then this parting was well made.
Forever and forever farewell, Brutus. If we do meet again, we'll smile indeed. If not, 'tis true. This parting was well made.
Oh, that a man might know the end of this day's business ere it come. But the day will end, and then the end is known. Come, ho, away!
Away!
Ah! Fall back!
After them! More, Caesar!
After that! Ghost row, get thee higher on that hill. My set was ever thick. Regard Brutus in the field and come on thou seest. Today I reached first. Time has come about, and where you begin, there shall I end. My life is on its compass. Sirrah, what news?
Oh, my lord,
What news?
Brutus had closed about. Now there was upon him.
Come down, behold no more. Oh, coward that I am to live so long, to see my best friend taken before my face. Come hither, Sirrah. In Parthia today, I take thee prisoner, I swore thee, saving thy life, that whatsoever I did bid thee do, thou shouldst attempt it. Keep thine oath. No, be a freeman. With this blade that did run through Caesar's bowels, search thou this bosom. Take thou the hilt, and guide the blade when my face is turned away, as 'tis now. Now, Caesar, thou art revenged, even with the very blade that killed thee.
Now I am free, yet would not have been so. O Cassius, far from this country shall Pindarus run, where never Roman shall take note of him.
Where did you leave Cassius?
Is that not he who lies upon the ground?
He lies not like the living. Oh, my heart. This seems so, but Cassius is no more. sun, as in thy red rays thou dost sink tonight, so in his red blood is Cassius' day set. Our day is gone. O Julius Caesar, thou art mighty yet. Thy spirit walks abroad and turns our own swords into our own proper entrails. Come, poor remains of friends, thus on this rock. Mark me, Publius.
What act, my lord? No, not for all the world.
Peace, then no words.
I'd rather kill myself.
Art thee, Lucius?
Shall I do such a deed?
What ill request did he make to thee?
To kill him for this book of repentance. Now that noble vessel full of grief that runs even at his eyes.
The ghost of Caesar hath appeared to me several times at night, at Sardis once, and this last night here in Philippi Fields. I now know my hour is come.
Not so, my lord.
Nay, I am sure it is. Messala, thou seest the world, how it goes. The enemy has beaten us to the pit. It is more worthy to leap in ourselves than tarry till they push us. Messala, thou knowest that we two went to school together. Even for that, our love of old, I pray thee, hold my dagger whilst I do run upon it.
This is not an office for a friend, my lord.
Fly, fly, my lord. There is no tyranny here.
Farewell to you, and you, and you, good Messala. Countrymen, my heart doth joy that in all my life I met not man, but he was true to me. I shall have glory this losing day, more than Octavius and Mark Antony by his vile conquest shall again unto. Now fare you well at once, for Brutus's tongue hath almost ended his life's history. Night hangs upon my eyes, and my bones would rest that have but labored to attain this hour.
Fly, my lord.
I pray thee, Messala, thou art a fellow of good respect. Turn away thy face and hold my dagger whilst I do run upon it. Wilt thou, Messala? Caesar, now be still. I killed thee with no half so good a will.
What man is this?
Brutus's man.
Caesar!
Where is thy master?
Free from the bond Sharin, Dardanus, for the cocks make but fire of him now! For Brutus did overcome himself, so that no man hath honor upon his death.
So, Brutus should be found. I thank you, Brutus.
All that did serve Brutus, I will entertain him. Fellow, wilt thou bestow thy time with me?
Aye, if Antony would permit me to.
How died thy master, Messala?
I did hold his dagger, and he ran himself upon it.
Octavius, then take me to him that did the latest service to his master. This was the noblest Roman of them all. All the conspirators, save only he, did this, they that, in envy of great Caesar. He, only the general, and honest thoughts, to common good made all of them.
According to his virtue, let us use him. With all respect and rights of burial. Within my tent tonight, his bones shall lie, like a soldier ordered honorably. So call the field to rest, and let's away to part the glories of this happy day.
She made this all happen, and without her, there would be no play here. So let's all give a round of applause. For
Yeah!